guys are killing me in the chat, man. Random gamer, that I needed that laugh, man. Thank you. Yeah. What up? Run It Back Nation, what is good? It is I, DJ Eastwood, Run It Back Philly. No frauds, no fanboys, no intros. You know the drill. Hit the like button on the stream. I didn't check if you guys got me to 100 likes before the show started. Hit the subscribe button if you're brand new. Or if you watch these all the time and you're not subscribed, only 30% of people are subscribed to the channel. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button for your boy one time. Speaking of frauds, do not be a victim of identity theft. Protect yourself with the world's leader in identity theft security, Aura. #1 identity theft app out there. Go to aura.com/runitback. Sign up for a 14-day free trial and see what Aura can do for you. Link is at the top of the description. Let's get into this. Wow. A lot happened today, guys. A lot happened today. Man, I didn't plan this out very well as far as NBA free agency goes. Yesterday, James Harden had until 5 o'clock to sign the deadline, and I was at the pool. And today, I was keeping up with most things and having a good time on Twitter, Instagram today, posting things on Instagram and kind of trolling Sixers 24/7 on Facebook a little bit, having a good time today. Then I went to the gym like right around 6 o'clock, which was the deadline, and I'm at the gym trying not to stare at my phone the whole time. But here, we made it. Okay, we made it, and I have put together for you everything meaningful that happened today for the Philadelphia 76ers. So we're going to go over all of the things that the Sixers did, that Daryl Morey did to improve this roster with limited cap space, and then we're going to laugh at the Brooklyn Nets. And then I want to take some calls, actually, from you guys, after I get through all this, just to hear your thoughts, man. I haven't done that for a minute. So I'm going to take some calls after I'm done getting through this stuff and get some of your thoughts on the whole situation, because I know people have different opinions on the P.J. Tucker deal, different opinions on every single player Daryl Morey signing, being a former Houston Rocket. So let's get into it, man. Okay, obviously the big one that we all saw coming, and that was kind of confirmed yesterday, P.J. Tucker agrees to a 3-year deal with the Philadelphia 76ers. Now, we thought, let's just read it first. Free agent P.J. Tucker. And I gotta read the Shams one because Woj deleted his for some reason. I think Woj got obliterated by about 10 minutes on this tweet, and then he was like, I can't leave this up here. I'm getting smashed. So he deleted the whole thing. It's literally not there if you go under Woj. So here's Shams. Free agent P.J. Tucker is finalizing a 3-year, $33.2 million fully guaranteed deal with the Philadelphia 76ers. His agent Andre Buck told The Athletic, wow, this is shocking for a couple of reasons. The first thing is we thought the number would just barely touch $30 million, right? We thought the number would be $10 million a year at about exactly $30 million. So PJ even squeezed out an extra 3.2 from the Philadelphia 76ers on this deal. And Daryl was like, hey, you want an extra 3.2? You know what, PJ, I got you. Now here's the part that people who already hated the idea of PJ Tucker and being 37 years old and the Philadelphia 76ers even giving him a 3-year deal at that number are going to hate even more. We thought it would be maybe 2 years and a team option the 3rd year. We thought there would be incentives. We thought there would be kickers. We thought it would not be fully guaranteed. 3 years, $33.2 million, fully guaranteed for 37-year-old P.J. Tucker. Now, I had a business teacher in college tell me 70% of getting a job is networking. Now, if this doesn't show you that P.J. Tucker, having a good relationship with Daryl Morey, just landed him another guaranteed $33.2 million into his bank account at 37 years old. I don't know what does. Fully guaranteed. That absolutely shocked me. Because PJ Tucker could fall off a cliff 1.5 seasons into this, and he's getting all that money from the Philadelphia 76ers no matter what happens. Now, is it because Daryl, believes that much in him? Or is it because Daryl is a little bit too friendly with guys that he, was a GM of for years in Houston? What do you guys think in the chat about the PJ Tucker fully guaranteed 3 years, $33 million? I mean, is that too much? I need a too much in the chat, or no, I don't care. I wanted a dog on the team no matter what. Wild. Wild, 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 wild. Let's keep it moving on the Twitter front. What did I do? I accidentally turned that. I wanted to chat down. Let's keep it moving on the Twitter front because there's a lot of things that happened, and I want to try to get through all of them without this stream being 5 hours long. So, next. What happened? Come on, Windows. Windows 11. Oh, it's so much better. No, it's worse, man. Stop updating things, man. Just leave. It works. Keep it how it is. And my camera turned off. What's happening? Where's my damn camera? My goodness. Technical difficulties. Be right back. Good Lord. Of course. What are the odds, man? What are the odds? What are the odds, man? What are the odds? What are the odds, man? What are the odds? I say Philly chases name for the first time in 6 months, and my web browser freezes and my camera turns off. I see you. I know what you're doing, man. Can't stop me. All right, look. Moving on. What a ridiculous. I don't know, man. Windows 11 it's been terrible since my computer updated. It's been absolutely terrible. If you haven't updated to Windows 11, don't do it. Just leave it where it is. Okay. All right, next. Adrian Wojnarowski tweets, free agent Danuel House has agreed to a 2-year, $8.5 million deal with the 76ers, sources tell ESPN. Now, this rumor came out a couple of hours ago, and the jokes started flying about Daryl just trying to sign all of his old Houston Rockets players, and it seems like what he's doing. You guys threw out Danuel House yesterday. Greg Melly threw out Danuel House's name yesterday. And Daryl got it done with Danuel House. $8.5 million deal, 2-year deal for Danuel House. And my guy Austin Krell, because listen, I know somebody told me I'm a casual yesterday because I didn't know every stat about Danuel House. I have a life. I'm sorry I don't sit around and watch every single NBA game that happens. So my guy Austin Krell hits us with the stats on Danuel House. Hey, Mr. Dev, thank you for the super chat. Danuel House shot 42% from 3 and 74% at the rim in 482 minutes with the Jazz this past season. 87% of his shots came between those two levels. Exemplary shot value and strong efficiency. Also had a block percentage of 1.3. That is the 94th percentile for wings in the NBA. So you want 3 and D off the bench. Ladies and gentlemen, Daryl Morey delivers you Danuel House. I can't be mad at that either. You know, when after draft night, when we traded 23 for DeAnthony Melton, and people were like, if this is all we're doing, we're toast. And if all we do is get PJ and Danuel House, we're toast. And Daryl said, I see you. I'm going to talk to my boy Harden. We're going to come up with an agreement. He's going to work with me. We're going to sign players, make this roster better and stronger for next season before I even get to think about trading Tobias Harris and Matisse Thybulle. So this roster, this bench, this team's depth is already better than it was last season. It's already younger, more athletic, younger DeAnthony Melton. Okay, PJ Tucker, 37, I get that. But it's already, you got a little bit of youth. You got a little bit of athleticism. You got a 3-and-D wing in Danuel House. And you got the dog, corner three-point shooter, hustle guy, PJ Tucker, veteran leadership, all that. And you haven't even made a Matisse Thybulle or Tobias Harris trade yet. Daryl Morey is going balls to the wall in this offseason, and it just started like 3 days ago. Mr. Dev, what's up, man? Thanks for the super chat. Wanted the third year non-guaranteed, but hashtag PJ. Yo, you gotta take risks in the NBA, man. And we already knew that's what Daryl Morey does. That's what kind of guy Daryl Morey is. That's what kind of GM Daryl Morey is. So he was gonna do that. He was gonna go take risks. It's what he did in Houston. He took risks. He did things that other GMs maybe wouldn't have the balls to do. Daryl Morey does it. So if it comes back to bite you in year 3, it just does. But guess what? If you get a ring in year 1 or year 2, it was worth it. Am I right? You're right, Eastwood. Hey, by the way, Eastwood, you've been right about pretty much everything the past couple of days. Thank you. I know that. Thank you for that. Well, you guys are putting Woj in the chat. All right, you guys are putting Woj in the chat. So let's check it out. If you're trolling me, I'm not gonna do the off the top Woj thing anymore in this stream, because sometimes you guys troll me in the chat and you're just trying to interrupt the show and ruin the show, and that's annoying. Okay, Woj 18 minutes ago. Why you guys do that, bro? Like seriously. Hey, let me troll this guy so I can ruin his live YouTube show. That's just so stupid. What are you, 6 years old? God. We need an age minimum on YouTube, man. God, get a life. Get a life. How is that fun for you? Anyway, let me move on. Let me stop giving the trolls attention and move on, okay? The whole thing's interesting because of the cap space that we worked out with how capped out this team was and how little options we seemed to have. And this is from Brett Siegel, NBA, on Twitter. He says, James Harden and the Philadelphia 76ers will be agreeing on a new deal. Getting others their deals first was important to Harden, per a source. His numbers on a new deal would be reflective of the moves the 76ers make, including those already made with House and Tucker. So James Harden actually stepped up, actually took a step back, and actually did what I haven't seen NBA players do for a long time. He said, you know what? I want to win. I think this team, with the right moves, has a chance to win. I think I can win with Joel and Maxey. We need help. We need depth. Daryl, I want you to go fill in the holes that this team has, and then come to me and tell me what the money is. James Harden did one of the most respectful things, honorable things that I've seen an NBA player do for a long time. And I'm not even necessarily advising it. At the end of the day, I mean, $1 billion corporation, get all the money you can get. But when you get towards the end of your career, you already made $300 million. You got a $200 million Adidas deal. You got commercials. You got this. You got that. All that's left to do in your career is go win a ring. And Harden knew, if I take this 47, they can't do anything with this cap space. We're going to come right back. I'm going to get blasted again in the second round. The fans are going to hate me. And once you really started to think of all the ways that could go bad, it seemed like it would be a really bad idea for James Harden to take that 47. So he sat back and he said, let's build this team. Let me do what I can do to give you what you need to go get the players that you think we need. And then come to me, and we'll talk about money after that. So, thank you, James Harden. And you know what, James Harden? I apologize. I apologize. Not that you know who I am or ever heard a word that I've ever said or ever seen my face or heard my voice. But I sat up here and I said a lot of things about what I think about James Harden's personality, what I think about his interests are, what I think he cares about. And you just proved me wrong. You just proved me wrong. To all the people that heard me say the things over the past couple of months, you proved me wrong, straight up. So I apologize, James Harden, and thank you for doing what you're doing. Tobias needs to do the same thing? Well, that ain't happening. Because Tobias Harris knows. I mean, why would Tobias take a pay cut? If you get massively overpaid, if you're getting paid 35 and you know you're worth about 10, you're just gonna sit back and feel like you hit the lottery, right? Yeah, just don't run the stairs again. I agree. Don't run. No more stairs, James. You're just gonna sit back and feel like you hit the lottery if you're Tobias Harris. You know what I mean? You're not giving up any of that. So I wouldn't expect Tobias to do that. But I would still expect Tobias Harris to be traded. Even though we made moves with the exceptions, with the mid-level exception and the biannual exception, we made moves with absolutely no cap space whatsoever. But it all had to do with James Harden waiting to sign a deal. And respect. Shout out respect. You can't take a pay cut in the NBA. Contracts are guaranteed. I mean, yeah, Tobias can't take a pay cut. You're not wrong about that. Okay, also, Daryl Morey sits back and he says, you know what? I'm not done signing Houston Rockets players. And he goes and he signs free agent Trevelin Queen, who was on the Houston Rockets G League team, to a deal with the 76ers. Now, hey, 500 people in here, man. Give me 500 likes. 1, 2, 3, 500. Hit the like button. Thank you. This is how I was on Twitter, and I was just like, somebody said Trevelin Queen dominated the Delaware Bluecoats in the G League Finals. And I was like, okay, what else should we talk about that doesn't matter? And I'm not even talking about Trevelin Queen. I don't know who he is. I've never seen him play. What I'm saying is, I don't care what a player did in the G League because, A, Doc Rivers isn't going to play him, and B, it doesn't always translate, right? And then somebody replied and said, if you don't know who Trevelin Queen is, you're a casual. And I was like, nobody watches the G League, bro. Like, let's call it what it is. Nobody watches the damn G League. How am I supposed to know who the hell Trevelin Queen is? Also, like, I don't even have the time to watch all NBA games, and people call me a casual for that. So how the hell am I going to know who the hell's in the G League? Anyway, Trevelin Queen, let's just trust that Daryl Morey knows that he's good. He was the finals MVP in the G League, NBA G League Finals. Is that what it's called? I don't even know what it's called. But either way, there you go. Trevelin Queen, man. All right. Just 4 hours before free agency started, the Sixers were discussing a trade with the Houston Rockets for Eric Gordon, and Scenes from the Spectrum podcast tweeted, if this deal ever happens, it means that Tobias Harris has been moved. So Daryl signed PJ. He signed Danuel House. He signed Trevelin Queen. And he was also working on trading for Eric Gordon. This dude is literally trying to rebuild his entire tenure in Houston, except, hey, what if my old Houston Rockets team had Joel Embiid and Tyrese Maxey? What if that Houston Rockets team had Joel Embiid right now and Tyrese Maxey right now, and that Houston Rockets team got to Game 7 against the Golden State Warriors in the Western Conference Finals? Right? Maybe that's the way he's looking at it. Or this is also a possibility. Daryl Morey has no clue who any NBA players are outside of maybe the top 10 players in the league and everybody that ever played for the Houston Rockets. Talking smack on the G League, but acting like Paul Reed is the GOAT. I don't believe anybody ever used the word GOAT and Paul Reed in the same sentence. We just know Paul Reed was a way better rebounder than DeAndre Jordan. That's not saying Paul Reed is an NBA All-Star. As all the drama was going down and unfolding, a trade was reported on Twitter, or rumored on Twitter, that Philadelphia was discussing a trade that would send Tobias Harris and Matisse Thybulle to Utah in exchange for Bojan Bogdanovic and Royce O'Neal. Now, Royce O'Neal got traded to the Brooklyn Nets, so this isn't even a possibility anymore. But all I know is this is just more evidence that Daryl Morey was actively shopping. He said, let me get everything done in one day. Let me get James to hold off on the contract and sign for less money when we get there. Let me sign PJ Tucker. Let me sign Danuel House. Let me sign Trevelin Queen. And let me trade Tobias Harris and Matisse Thybulle all in the same day. Daryl Morey. I can't, bro. What do you think this guy's office looked like today? His office probably looked like, I mean, there's probably computer monitors on the floor and papers everywhere and upside down, like, folders and phones everywhere. And, I mean, what is going on? Daryl Morey's a menace to society. He probably pounded 55 double espresso Starbucks today. Daryl Morey is about to sleep for 2 weeks. If they do a press conference talking about this, Daryl Morey's going to look like he got ran over by a fleet of wild, like, animals. The stampede in the Lion King, and walked out the back. Like, what's this guy doing? He's out of control. I love me some Daryl Morey. This has been one of the most fun off seasons so far, and none of this stuff gets done without Daryl Morey. Daryl Morey gets shit done. That's what he does. He wheels and deals. He shoots his shot. That's the thing about Daryl Morey. If Daryl Morey was a basketball player, he might shoot 20% from three, but he would put up 25 a game. Oh my goodness! All right, let's move on because I wanna laugh at the Brooklyn Nets before I get up out of here. All right, so here you go. Shout out to everyone in here. Thanks for being in here. 568. Please hit the like button. That would be greatly appreciated. It just comes out of the blue. I'm at the gym. I looked down at my phone. This is why I can't be out doing things around the free agency deadline. Shams tweets, Kevin Durant has requested a trade out of Brooklyn. Sources tell The Athletic. Now, the whole James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Kevin Durant situation in Brooklyn has been not only a complete disaster, but way more of a disaster than we could have ever expected or predicted. Way more of a disaster. So Kyrie plays half a season. The Brooklyn Nets are like, yo, bro, what's going on here, man? Like, I'm going to need you to play some ball or we're not giving you any money. Kyrie's like, okay, fine. Then I'll go get a max contract from some other team. Here's all the list of teams I want to go to. Trade me. The Nets are like, kick their feet up like, go ahead, bro. They passed the whole list around the NBA. The only team that said they were interested was the Los Angeles Lakers, who only had Russell Westbrook to trade. And the Nets were like, yeah, no, we're not doing Russell Westbrook. Jalen Brunson traded to the Knicks? We'll get into that in a second. I want to laugh at the Brooklyn Nets. I don't care that much about the Knicks or Jalen Brunson. So Kyrie says, I'll go get a max contract somewhere else. They say, go ahead. He gives a whole list of teams he's interested in because he thinks he's LeBron James 2.0. All the other teams say, yeah, no. We don't want you, bro. You burn bridges. You don't get along with teammates. You never took a team anywhere without LeBron. And you played half a season last season. Not just the COVID stuff or the vaccine stuff, but you left one time to go to your sister's like birthday in a nightclub. You just left for 3 weeks. Nah, we're good. So Kyrie has to come back and says, all right, fine. I'll take it. I'll take the money, and I'll stay here, and I'll sign a deal. Meanwhile, Kevin Durant's sitting there going, what the is wrong with this guy? James Harden got to Brooklyn, played like 20% of a season, had 3 conversations with Kyrie Irving and said, get me the hell out of here. Get me as far away from this weirdo as you can, please. I'm sorry you traded 7 first-round picks for me. Get me away from this dude. Durant's stuck there. Kyrie does the whole thing, flip-flop, and has to be forced to come back. And he says, all right, fine, I'm back. And Durant's like, bro, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kyrie. But get me out of here, Brooklyn. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Now, it's either the fact that everybody hates Kyrie Irving or it's this. The Brooklyn Nets posted Ben Simmons' dumbass, stupid, loser Instagram post that said, feeling incredible. And they tweeted, summer grind. And there's my guy, It's Not Mad on Twitter, says this is why Kevin Durant requested a trade. But they posted this summer grind, and not even 1 hour after this, Kevin Durant requested a trade. Yo, so you know what's funny? The Brooklyn Nets are actually left with the 2 biggest weirdos in the entire NBA. They had 3. Kevin Durant, he wants out. Now they're left with the 2 biggest weirdos in the NBA, Ben Simmons and Kyrie Irving. Yuck. Oh my goodness. My heart goes out to Brooklyn Nets fans. That franchise is in an absolute shitstorm, and it doesn't look like it's getting any better anytime soon. Of course, then some tweets come out. The Sixers have interest in Kevin Durant. So let's get into that. Okay, so Legion Hoops tweets, Joel Embiid has made it clear to the 76ers front office to exhaust all options in order to acquire Kevin Durant via trade. Now, I'm going to tell you guys exactly how I feel about this. And a lot of you are not going to like it. I personally would not enjoy rooting for Kevin Durant. I said it. There I said it. There I said it. I said it on A2D Radio on Monday night. I'll say it again. Kevin Durant pulled one of the biggest snake moves I've ever seen in the history of the NBA. He got beat by the Golden State Warriors. He said, okay, I can't beat you. I'm going to join you. He joined the greatest regular season team of all time. I'm not saying Kevin Durant's not phenomenal. Is not one of the best scorers ever. Is not one of the most unstoppable one-on-one players I have ever seen in my life. He is. But he joined the Warriors. He got to hang out for 3 quarters and just light up the 4th quarter. Then they gave this weird speech after they won the ring, acting like everybody counted them out when everybody almost stopped watching the NBA because everybody knew the Warriors were winning, for how many years in a row. The NBA was kind of boring. It was LeBron versus the Warriors like 6 years in a row. Then he says, doesn't get along with Draymond Green. There's the clip of him arguing with Draymond Green and saying out loud, this is why I'm leaving. Then he leaves and goes to Brooklyn, tries to form another super team in Brooklyn. That goes downhill, and he says, all right, let me out of here also. And just hypothetically thinking then Kevin Durant joins my Philadelphia 76ers. No thanks. No thanks. Seriously, no thanks. I don't want Kevin Durant. Call me crazy. I know that probably gets you a ring. But I think I would personally just enjoy it more if I watched my team continue to build and win it that way than to be like, okay, we were figuring it out, we were getting there, we kept getting to the second round, and then Kevin Durant joined our team because he didn't like Brooklyn anymore, and we won, and we lived happily ever after. I don't know. I don't think I would enjoy it that much. I don't really like the guy. Like, I can't imagine myself sitting here, a whole season like, yeah, Kevin dropped 50. Woo, let's go. Durant dropped 60. Let's go. I don't know, man. Doesn't feel right to me. You can call me crazy for that if you want to. But on top of me just absolutely despising Kevin Durant's personality, I don't want to give up my guy Tyrese Maxey, man. I don't want to give up my guy Tyrese Maxey. I'm not saying Tyrese Maxey is better than Kevin Durant. I'm not saying Tyrese Maxey will ever be better than Kevin Durant. Probably not. And Kevin Durant and Joel Embiid probably wins you a championship. But I do not want Kevin Durant. And I don't want to give up Tyrese Maxey for him. That's where I'm at with it. I don't care. Call me crazy all you want. Time Cop, thank you for the super chat, my man. We're loading up on wings. Toby Tease, Ferk traded before the weekend. Then Harden signs his deal. Okay, so you're saying Toby, Matisse, and Furkan will be traded before the weekend. Then Harden signs his deal. Morey's signing Rockets because he picked them based on analytics. You might be right about that. And I watched Daryl Morey pick Tyrese Maxey. I watched Daryl Morey pick Isaiah Joe. I watched Daryl Morey pick Paul Reed. I watched Daryl Morey pick Charles Bassey. I think all of these players can play in the NBA. I watched Daryl Morey pick Jaden Springer. I don't know yet if he can play in the NBA, but he was 18 when he drafted him. So I gotta feel good about it. Mr. Rudy Poo, my man, I'm with you, DJ. KD running from the grind again. Exactly, man. And I'm around some old heads sometimes, man, and it's annoying that, guys like Charles Barkley and Shaq and these kind of guys, Reggie Miller, they talk down on our era of basketball, and these are the reasons they talk down on it. Players didn't do this. Players weren't faced with a challenge and said, nah, trade me. Like, you just signed a 4-year contract. This is not good for the NBA. That players can just sign a 4-year contract, and as soon as things go wrong, they can say, you know what, trade me. Sorry, I want to go somewhere else. I don't want to be here anymore. And the team absolutely has to adhere to it. The team absolutely has to fall at their feet and do what they want. And it's Kevin Durant. You're going to get a historical haul for Kevin Durant, so you're going to do it anyway if you're Brooklyn. Brooklyn is now going to be in I don't know what mode. I was going to say rebuilding mode, but now they're stuck with Ben Simmons. Who knows about the Kyrie Irving situation? Nobody wants him. And they just traded a future first-round pick for Royce O'Neal. So are you rebuilding? You're rebuilding and signing role players? I don't know what the Brooklyn Nets are doing. Again, my heart goes out to Brooklyn Nets fans. I'm just kidding. Brooklyn Nets fans don't exist. But the situation's insane. The situation is absolutely insane. 617 people in here. Thanks for being in here. Please hit the like button on the stream. Give me 617 likes. Let's go. What do I got next? Okay, one more thing that's absolutely hilarious. Hilarious right here. Ben Simmons continues to ruin the NBA without even playing. Ben Simmons continues to ruin NBA teams without even playing. Check this out, guys. Phoenix and Miami are among two of the teams that Kevin Durant has on his wish list, sources tell ESPN, but the Nets plan to move Durant where they can get the best possible deal. With 4 years on his contract, there's no shortage of teams willing to unload assets for Durant. Check this out. The Nets are not allowed to acquire a player like Bam Adebayo from the Heat because of the designated rookie extension rule. You cannot have two players acquired via a trade that were signed to that type of extension. Brooklyn already has Ben Simmons. That's actually funnier reading it live. I don't know why. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. The Brooklyn Nets cannot trade Kevin Durant to the Miami Heat in exchange for a package that includes Bam Adebayo because of a designated rookie extension of two players because they already have Ben Simmons. Imagine having the biggest fraud in the history of basketball and not being able to do the best trade you can do because he's on your squad. My goodness. Holy hell. The energy and just aura that is circling around Ben Simmons as a human being is just the most negative aura, the negative force field of energy I've ever seen in my life. Even the fact that Ben Simmons sold his house to Nick Castellanos and the guy absolutely stinking it up right now with the Phillies because he lives in Ben's old house. Guy's batting .248. Thank God Ben Simmons is long away from me. Yeah, people that said the Nets won the trade, man, that is hilarious. Oh, my goodness. So what a day in free agency, man. The Sixers signed P.J. Tucker, Daniel House, Trevelin Queen, I forget his name. G League player that played for the Houston Rockets. They're still trying to trade Tobias and Matisse Thybulle. Who knows if that's going to happen. And Kevin Durant requests a trade because either he hates Kyrie Irving or he hates Ben Simmons. I don't know which one. Maybe he hates both of them. But, man, what a day. What a day it has been. All right, so for about 15 or 20 minutes, I'll take some phone calls up in here because I want to hear what some of you guys have to say. I know some of you guys were calling in here while I was ranting and raving a little bit, so go ahead and call the number again, man. I'll take a couple phone calls from you guys. I'll continue to read the chat here for about 15 or 20 minutes, and then I'll jump up out of here. Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it. Thanks for rocking with me all off season. Super chat from Harshie Hody. Daniel House was the best perimeter defender for Jazz last season, even locked up Devin Booker in their matchup. He's very gritty and has heart. Thanks for that, man. I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. Call from Little Rock, Arizona, man. What's going on? You're on the show. Oh, I haven't done this for a while. I forgot I had to hit that button. What's up, man? What you doing?
I'm doing good. So happy with the moves. Called RV's show earlier.
Oh, yeah?
He's doing great things.
What time was he on?
It was around like 6 my time.
Okay.
I'm in Florida. So I'm in Florida. So, but yeah, I'm happy with the moves Maury made. It's really, really interesting how karma likes to bite in the rear end when it does.
It is, man.
I mean, when I saw Ben Simmons' face, I thought there was the look after he found out Kevin Durant got a trade. I didn't know he was trying to pipe himself up, but I mean, I don't know how you can pump yourself up when you're doing practice with people who are 5'11".
Yeah, he's a weird guy.
Guarding you, that's not practice.
Super weird guy, practice. Super bad energy from Ben Simmons. So, what do you think of the P.J. Tucker signing? Is it too much money? Do you like that it's guaranteed? Or are you happy we got P.J. Tucker?
I like that we got P.J. Tucker because here's the thing with P.J. Tucker. The guy want to work. When it comes to NBA, I called the show before. If you put in the work, the results will come. P.J. Tucker is older in age, yes, but the guy gives up or makes up for it, excuse me. He makes up for it. He puts in the effort. If you put in the effort and you do what you need to do, like he shoots 40% from three, okay, that's good. He plays defense hard. That's good. You know, if we can have more of that from players in the NBA today, it would be a whole different league.
I can't disagree with that. I'm happy we got PJ too, man. What else you got for me, man?
So, bummed out. I really, really, really wish we could have maybe packaged a deal to maybe even be in consideration for Bradley Beal, but that's a no-go at this point.
He's signing, right? He's signing a 5-year max contract, right?
Yeah, he signed a 5-year max. He already did. He already signed a 5-year max contract with the Washington Wizards. I don't get it. I'm not trying to be rude, but they're not going anywhere.
No, Bradley Beal.
They're not.
You know, he likes to act like he wants to win so bad, but he keeps getting fronted with more money, and he can't say no to it.
And, you know, that's the funny thing with these players. They want to come up here on TV and say, well, I want to win so bad. There's nothing wrong with wanting to win so bad, but when someone offers the big money, it's a whole other story at that point. Look at Kyrie, okay? He's saying, I want to go to the Los Angeles Lakers. I'm willing to take $6 million. But wait a second, you just opted in for the New Brooklyn Nets deal. You want your money.
Yeah, Kyrie wants his money. Yeah, absolutely, man. Hey, yo, thanks for calling, man. So, you got anything else for me?
I hope we pick up some more tall guys. We need a power forward, I think. Any thoughts on that before I go? I think we need a power forward for sure. What do you think?
Yeah, I think the best trade for the Tobias Harris situation would be maybe Harrison Barnes from Sacramento. I think he's a little bit better fit next to Joel Embiid and on a better contract. So I think if Daryl could swing something like that, that would be one of the best options with Tobias Harris. That's what I think.
It could work because he could play where Matisse is playing. I wouldn't put him as power forward. I think we need someone bigger and can grab more rebounds better. That's just personally my opinion.
Fair enough, man. Fair enough. Hey, thanks for calling the show. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Talk to you later.
All right, man, later. Bye. Yeah. What's going on in the chat, man? Anybody else want to call? 717-827-6203. Give me your thoughts on the P.J. Tucker situation. Bridgeton, New Jersey. You're on the show, man. What's going on?
Hey, DJ.
Shane, what's up?
Yeah, I'm just excited about the moves today. I'm just really excited about them.
You're really excited about the moves?
Yeah, the reason being because I don't care how old PJ Tucker is. It just matters because PJ does what I wanted. I always requested this a lot to our Sixers games from Ben Simmons, whoever it may be. I just want to see you play hard. I want to see you give effort. I want you to play good. Just give me a little bit of effort, and maybe we can talk about being maybe wherever you want to be.
Facts, Shane. So I don't care how old PJ Tucker is either. The fact that it's fully guaranteed is interesting because I don't think anybody else was going to offer him that at 37. But he out hustled everybody on the floor in the playoffs last year against us. So adding PJ Tucker to this squad that lacked hustle and heart and culture and he's just a guy that's going to change the way this team plays, that changes the energy in the locker room. Like, I'm really looking forward to it also, man.
Yeah, the way I view PJ Tucker is how I kind of view Giannis was yelling at his team and smacking the chair. I kind of view PJ as that type of guy. Like I said, or lose him. He's going to hit the team up. He's going to try and have them come back like DeAndre Jordan did last year when we were in Game 6 where we didn't show any effort.
Exactly.
I think PJ Tucker is that guy. I like the move of Danuel House. Don't worry, I didn't know the other guy either, so I was just excited about it. I had no idea who the other guy was.
Trevelin Queen. That's all I know. Trevelin Queen. Yeah, I do. Doc probably won't play.
I've never seen Doc, but I've never seen him.
Doc probably won't play.
You're not the only one. I've never seen him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Kevin Durant. I don't think it's possible to get Kevin Durant because I agree with whoever's put it in the chat, but I just don't think we have enough assets to get Kevin Durant. Plus, why would Brooklyn want to do 2 trades with the Sixers? That makes no sense.
Yeah, they wouldn't. Yeah, they're going to get better offers from somebody else. Like obviously we could offer Tyrese Maxey, Matisse Thybulle, future first round picks. But I don't think it's enough. I think some other team is going to give a hell of a lot more for Kevin Durant.
Yeah, I agree. What would you say the chances were if James Harden ever got traded here during the season that we signed him in free agency?
I think he would have signed here. I think he wanted to be back under Daryl Morey, man.
Yeah, I was excited, man. Yeah. I think we're gonna get way better with Harden. The other thing I think that we got to do now, that I agree with my dad with, we got to get rid of Tobias, and the other dude.
Yeah, Tobias is like, he's just not a good fit, man, and it's too much. I mean, not that I care that much about the money. Daryl made all kinds of moves without any money, technically, with just mid-level exceptions and biannual exceptions and all these, salary cap loopholes that he pulled off by James not signing yet and taking what's left after those signings. So Daryl Morey got it done with absolutely no cap space. I got to give him credit for it. So I guess I shouldn't care that much about Tobias Harris this season because, I don't know if we really need any more cap space this season. So Daryl has a whole off season and maybe a whole nother season to try to trade Tobias, especially next season. He'll be on the last year of his deal, which then it's even easier to trade him. So maybe we start the season, maybe we play the whole season with Tobias Harris. I don't know. It's just really, really hard to trade because his contract is just way too much for him not being like a star level player.
Yeah. Can I say something about Tobias real quick?
Yeah.
I don't hate what he can do for you. I think he's soft on the other end of the pillow.
He's what?
Soft on the other end of the pillow. Like, he's very soft, and you can see how he drives to the rim. Like, that's what I hated about Ben Simmons. Nobody drives to the rim like Tyrese Maxey or somebody that just has aggression.
Yes.
I don't see aggression. Like, I want you to foul me, send me to the free throw line. I'm going to just don't care. Like, I don't see that from Tobias. I see him as a soft player.
He is a soft player. Absolutely. I completely agree. When you see a 6'9" player finish a game with 2 rebounds in 37 minutes, it tells me he wasn't banging bodies. He wasn't getting down in the nitty-gritty. He wasn't down there, contacting guys and playing that hustle-style basketball that we need. He is a soft player. I completely agree. But it's the way that he is. You're not going to change it. Once in a while, Tobias will get a little aggressive and dunk the ball and scream. And we're like, we wish you had that mentality all the time. But he just doesn't. It's just who he is as a person. I guess it's not like a knock on him, but he's not a $180 million player. He's just that's who he is, and we paid way too much money for him.
Yeah, I agree with Jimmy Butler, because I was just, like, shocked. I remember when we signed Tobias, I was just, like, thinking, why? I was just like, I regret not bringing back Jimmy Butler. I'm like, if we got Jimmy Butler, we would have been better with Jimmy Butler and Tobias. I'm not saying we could have re-signed Tobias. I just think we overpaid.
Facts.
We overpaid for him.
So Shane, I'll ask you. I don't mean to cut you off, Shane, but I'll ask you. And the chat at the same time right now. This team right now, healthy Joel Embiid. Let's assume healthy Joel Embiid for the playoffs. James Harden comes back better than he was last season. Tyrese Maxey takes a step forward in year 3. PJ Tucker, DeAnthony Melton, Danuel House. Is that a championship team? Yes or no?
I don't think so. I think it's at least a conference title appearance.
You don't think so? Well, okay, so what else do you think we need then?
Well, I think, you got basically what you need, but I just think you need at least another decent back. I don't think you're going to see Charles Bassey, so I think you need at least another good, decent center. And I don't know if we're going to get Arthur Drummond, because I know he's probably going to get a good start on center money. So that's why I just think the backup center position really bugs me.
Yeah, it was rumors that the Sixers contacted Andre Drummond again, but I think Andre Drummond's going to try to get some more money and not play for a veteran minimum. So, we'll have to see about that.
Yeah, other than that, I think that team's really good fit. It's really good built. I just think the backup center position, that you're going to need a backup center.
Can't totally disagree with you, Shane. I do like Charles Bassey, but we'll just have to see if Doc plays him. All right, hey, Shane, thanks for calling as always, man. You the man, Shane.
Thanks, you're welcome. Bye.
All right, man, later. That's Shane, everyone that doesn't know Shane. He's 14 years old, and he knows more ball than a lot of grown people. So shout out to Shane. Thanks for calling the show. Roseville, California. You're on the show. What's up?
Hey, what's up, DJ?
What's going on, man?
Hey, so before we talk about the Sixers, I just wanted to point out how hilarious it is that DeAndre Jordan was signed right at 6 p.m. by the Nuggets. They just couldn't wait to sign DeAndre Jordan.
That was their first
roster.
move. They were like, yo, right at 6 o'clock, we're signing DeAndre Jordan.
I couldn't believe that. It was the second and third notification that I got on my phone.
That's interesting that he's still getting offers from teams, because I thought last year he pretty much proved to everybody he can't play in the NBA anymore.
Yeah, I think Sixers fans, anybody that watched him play for the Lakers, the Sixers, or even the Nets, it boggles my mind for sure.
Facts.
But I'm very, very excited. I do not care that they're former Rockets. I care that they can play basketball, and they can play basketball on both sides of the court.
Yes.
And we now have 3 guys that are able to play on both sides of the court. Essentially replace Danny Green, Paul Millsap, and DeAndre Jordan with PJ Tucker, DeAnthony Melton, and Danuel House. That is a massive upgrade in talent, athleticism, two-way play. They're even younger, even with PJ Tucker in there. Still a younger group.
Yep.
I think Morey is, thanks to James Harden, being a team player, which I'm so thrilled about.
Yep.
I think it's a home run so far.
Yeah, and you know what? The fact that
a little bit overpaid.
Right, and the fact that they're all Rockets players it probably does have to do with the fact that they all used to play for Daryl Morey, and used to play with James Harden. I don't know about the G League guy, but used to play with James Harden, Daniel House, and PJ Tucker. So, those two together were probably able to talk to those guys and say, listen, man, we're building something here. Come and play for us. We'll give you the money you want, and we'll all win a championship together. So that's probably why they ended up getting guys that are from Houston, because they have that connection and they were able to talk to those guys and get them to, I'm going to go play with Harden and Embiid and all those boys. So I think that's just how it worked out because of the connection that they had. So I can't be mad at it, man. Our bench last year was the worst in the NBA. I mean, you were looking at guys that shouldn't probably have been on an NBA floor, like Furkan Korkmaz, maybe George Niang, but playoffs showed that maybe he shouldn't either. And then you go from that to PJ Tucker, DeAnthony Melton, and Daniel House, 3-and-D guy, a hustle guy, a 24-year-old crazy athlete who can also shoot the three and get his own shot. Like, it's such a massive upgrade. I agree.
100%. And you're looking, we used to really want like an 8-man, maybe 9-man rotation at most in the playoffs. So now you have, theoretically, you have Melton, House or Tucker, whoever the third starter is, I don't care. You have 2 of those 3 guys with the backup center. Niang is in more of a proper 9th man role at this point. Shake Milton more of a proper 10th man. That's a pretty solid bench to me when your starting lineup is as good as the Sixers is.
Yeah, then where does Matisse Thybulle even come in? Like, where does Matisse Thybulle even get playing time at this point?
I mean, he's not going to play over House in all likelihood. He's not going to play over Melton. So yeah, where does he play? Unless he's the 10th man, I guess, instead of Shake. But
right, and he has value. Teams want him, so we absolutely have to trade him at this point.
Yeah, and I guess the Harden community service that he did provides him a little bit of I guess freedom if they want to keep Thybulle, just because he's not really necessary anymore, just to see if he does improve. And maybe if, like, I don't know, like a couple months into the summer, they're like, okay, this guy's going to be the same player.
Yeah,
let's,
for sure.
let's
Hey, you got anything else for me, man? Got anything else for me?
No, I'm just excited. I don't think we should invest in another center, though. I'm glad that we're just sticking with the 3 because the roster's full right now. I don't want them to have 14, 15-man roster with 4 or 5 centers on it anymore. I just don't. I don't think it's maximizing roster.
Exactly. Paul Millsap, DeAndre Jordan, Charles Bassey, Paul Reed. Like, what are we really doing here? Yeah, I got you. And I think Daryl's forcing Doc to play his guy. He's like, I drafted Charles Bassey. Exactly. You're going to play. Yeah, I agree with that. Hey, thanks for calling the show, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, man, later. Yeah, man, massive upgrade on the bench, man. It's wild, actually, to look at the bench last year with the guys that we were running out there and you know, what it looks like now just with a couple of days into the offseason. So, massive upgrade. Yo, Philadelphia, PA, shout out to the 215. What's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? Yeah, man, the 76ers free agency, man, that's just been a little weird for me because I honestly thought we would be putting our main focus on the bench and then the wing position.
Yeah.
And honestly, like, some of the moves that we made, the only move I really like is the Daniel House, and I don't know, like, are you guys a big fan of that, but I kind of am a fan of that for the bench. But as far as PJ Tucker, man, for PJ Tucker, that signing is pissing me off. It's like he's 37 years old, getting paid $10 million, and that's the only 37-year-old basketball player I really trust is LeBron James. And he's not a LeBron James.
Well,
So
you're
it's
not
like,
signing him to be LeBron James, though.
Yeah, for like the way we're gonna be playing him, yes. But honestly, man, that age scares me a lot because we don't have any more draft capital. And let's say if he plays bad to get off his contract, we really don't have any more draft capital to be moving players just to get off their contract, knowing the fact that you guys knew what you were getting into as far as signing him, especially with that age. And honestly, he's a corner 3 specialist. Other than that, he can't shoot from anywhere from the arc. Like that's all he does. He stays in the corner and shoot threes and play okay defense. That's not improving our team. And he's 37. You know, like honestly, I thought we were getting like better wings. You know, I was praying to God that the Sixers at least try to go after a guy like Cam Reddish. You know, that the Knicks are like trying to get off his contract, even though he's not a bad player. He's just not getting enough burn because they have so many wings over there. And I feel as though we should take a flyer on him because honestly, Matisse Thybulle, if he doesn't play good for the first 15 games of the season, most likely he's getting traded or probably bought out or probably something is going to.
All right, so
I don't know what they're planning on doing.
So yeah, but you got to look at it like, I mean, Daryl Morey's looking at it like this. I'm trying to win, and I'm trying to get players on this team that can perform in the playoffs and can help us in the playoffs. You can't really take a gamble on Cam Reddish and expect him to do anything in the playoffs. You're just looking at a guy like PJ Tucker for what he did last season and saying this guy can still probably play 2 or 3 more seasons at that level, and that's all we need him for. You don't need him to do anything but shoot corner threes. That's all you need him to do. And he happens to shoot corner threes at 46.5%, the highest percentage in the NBA. So play defense, be a dog, be a hustle guy, catch the ball when they double team James and Joel, and shoot 46%. That's all we need.
No, I'm not. Me personally, I'm not a fan of the signing. I'm not saying it's bad for the team. It's good for the team, but for me, I'm not a fan of it because of his age. Other than that, he's a good piece. But I feel as though since we made those moves, we should take flyers for guys coming off our bench. The reason why I brought Cam Reddish up is, for one, I'm seeing his talent. He has talent. He's just everywhere he goes. He got drafted in by the Hawks. They barely gave him play. And we saw him how he played really good when he was in the playoff series when he came back and scored. I forget how much he scored, but
I agree. I like Cam Reddish, but you're not gonna. This team where we're at right now, they're not gonna put any stock into Cam Reddish. They're not gonna go look for young players. It's just not what they're gonna do.
No, I'm not expecting for them to put stock in the young players, but at least take him. You know, because the Knicks don't want him. Because, like I said, they already got all these wings that they're planning on adding.
If one of the worst teams in the NBA doesn't want him, then what does that tell you?
For him to come off our bench and just play, and have him play off the bench and see if he produced more than Thybulle. And then, because Tybulle's in a contract year. So we're going to have to figure out what to do with him. Because he can play good defense. Other than that, he can't stretch the floor one bit. And he got started small forward. PJ Tucker's not starting at the small forward, and I don't think Daniel Heiss is starting either. I believe he's coming off the bench. He's there for the bench. He's now a starter. I don't know if we still have more money left where we can add another wing defender, maybe Otto Porter Jr. Because I've been looking at the free agency pool and nobody has signed him yet. So maybe he's a move for us.
I respect your opinion. I know a lot of people don't like the PJ Tucker thing. I read Facebook and Twitter a lot, so I see the fact that people, don't like the fact that he's 37. He's going to be 40 at the end of that contract, and that's how some people feel. And I respect it. I respect your opinion. I just think we did the right thing to win now. Go ahead.
No, question is that I know it's a 3-year deal. Is that third year? Is it a team option?
No.
Or is it a full guarantee?
It's fully guaranteed. That's the part that really blew me out. Yeah, it's fully guaranteed.
I didn't mind it because I thought it was a team option the third year. God damn.
But we're not playing for 3 years from now. We're playing for right now. That's what Daryl's doing, and that's what he's going to do, man. It is what it is. That's what happens when you have Daryl Morey.
So you're going to trusting a 39-year-old man? He's basically –
No, I'm trusting a 37-year-old man right now. You can't look at it
Oh,
like,
my
what's he
God.
going to do when he's 39? You just can't look at it that way. You got to try to win
No.
right now.
So basically, for the next 2 years, that's what we're really looking at. The next 2 years. Okay.
Yeah, and then when
you
he's
can
on,
tell me
you
on
can,
that.
and when he's on the third year of his deal, or he's getting towards the third year of his deal, you can trade him just because he's an expiring contract then, and teams that want to take on that $10 million can just sign him and waive him to hit. You could trade him anywhere to hit the salary floor in like OKC or Sacramento or something like that. It's really 2 years. It really is. At the end of the day, you can do things with the third year if you want to get rid of him. But yeah, man. Hey, thanks for calling the show. I appreciate it, and thanks for being honest about the PJ Tucker thing, because some people don't like it.
Oh, thank you.
All right, man. Peace. Hey, I respect that he called and said that, honestly, because I know there's some people that absolutely hate this PJ Tucker situation, and they think it's a disaster that we gave a 37-year-old player this much money. And so, I respect that he called and gave his honest opinion. I just think you can't live in fear. You can't do that. You can't say, what if PJ Tucker stinks when he's 39? You signed him to try to win right now. He was very, very valuable for the Miami Heat last season, and I think he just fits exactly what the Philadelphia 76ers need. Is it an overpay? Absolutely. I'm not going to disagree that it's not an overpay. But you used your caps. But this is the thing. And I said this yesterday, when people talk about the amount of money. We shouldn't even really look at the amount of money. We shouldn't. We should look at, okay, the Sixers have cap space. If they didn't tell you the amount of money and they just said the Sixers have 2 player slots, and here's the players they have to fill those slots. They got PJ Tucker from Miami, and they got Danuel House from and you didn't see any of the money numbers, you'd be like, yeah, awesome. All that really matters is you used the room you had with absolutely no cap space to put 2 players on the team that can help you win this upcoming season. That's all that really matters. That's all that really matters. You gave him $30 million, but guess what? It's not my money. You're paying Cork Mazaniang $5 million. Exactly. You paid Danny Green $10 million last season. Come on. It's not my money. You used your mid-level exception to get him on your team. That's what you did. That's where I'm at with it. Whoever was just calling, man, go ahead and call back. I'll take that last call, and then I'll be up out of here. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out. Still 537 in the chat. Please hit the like button. Get me to 500 likes. That would be much appreciated. I'm really excited for this Sixers offseason, man. This is the best, in my opinion, offseason. Daniel, it's on just the phone number, 717-827-6203. This is one of the best Sixers off seasons that I think I've seen in a long time. I really think that, man. We've been down bad for a couple of years, stuck with players, stuck in situations. Daryl did some magic so far, man. Hey, what's going on? You're on the show. Oh, I turned the volume off because it was ringing. My bad. Hey, what's going on? You're on the show.
Hey, how you doing, man? It's Daniel, bro.
What's up, Daniel? How you doing, man?
It's good, man. Man, I think this was a great offseason so far. We got everything I think that we needed. We got shooting, we got defense, we got guys that can come in off the bench and contribute right away. I think the team got a lot better. We're still waiting to see if we're gonna trade Tobias or not, see what happens there. Same thing with Matisse, but I think all around, especially if Harden contract comes in around mid-30s, that's been reported, I think it'll be a great offseason.
Absolutely, man. I can't wait to see the numbers that Harden ends up signing for. It's really interesting, man. I would be, I think people are really going to be shocked at maybe how much less James Harden actually signs for. Again, he's made lots of millions of dollars in his career. He's not been stupid with his money. He has investments. He owns restaurants. He has a lot of money in a lot of different areas. I think he wants to win, and he's saying, this is the last thing I have to do in my NBA career. I'll play for $30 million a year if you can stack the team with good talent, and I can go get some rings out of it. So I respect it. And I think James Harden's also gaining the respect of the city of Philadelphia by doing that.
Yeah, I think it's the funniest thing too is it's been rumored that he might get a Fanatics endorsement, and what was his name? Josh, whoever just sold some of the Sixers capital, some of his ownership away, is the owner of Fanatics, so he might just pay whatever James was supposed to get left over and just give him the endorsement. So I heard that was kind of funny.
Oh, really? I didn't even know James was involved in Fanatics, to be honest with you.
It was rumored. I mean, it wasn't rumored. It was reported that he was looking to get an endorsement from them.
All right, cool, man. Yo, what else you got for me, man?
It's been reported a lot that Embiid's really pushing to go get KD. I think I would try to get a deal done as long as it doesn't involve Maxey. And, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think you're getting Kevin Durant without involving Maxey. I don't even think giving Maxey and whatever else we have is going to get you Kevin Durant. So without giving Maxey, you're definitely not scoring Kevin Durant. Teams are going to give so much capital for Kevin Durant. I mean, OKC might trade 37 first-rounders for him. He might end up back in OKC.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Yo, thanks for calling, Daniel.
Yeah,
I appreciate it, man.
Hey, no problem, man. Have a good night.
All right, you too. Thanks. Hey, shout out to everybody that called in, man. Shout out to everybody for hanging out in the chat. I will pull a couple clips from this stream and post them separately on YouTube because I think there's some good segments, especially me laughing at the Brooklyn Nets, and the Ben Simmons situation is just keeps getting more entertaining, man. But thanks for hanging out. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hitting the like button. Thanks for all the supporters. C973J, latest member. Trip City Music, latest subscriber. Shout out to you. Rasan Granderson with the $1.99 super chat. Rasan said, PJ Tucker is my favorite Harden teammate from the Rockets. Let's go. Let's go, Rasan. Rasan, you might end up being right about Harden this whole time, man. And when you called in and I kind of had a little argument with you, you might look like the one who was right in the end the whole time. We'll have to see. Seth Rowe with the highest super chat of the month at $20. Thank you, Seth Rowe. And thank you guys for calling. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Go to aura.com/runitback for a 14-day free trial. Internet security, identity theft security. Don't be a victim of identity theft. No, you with the $5 super chat says, so do we think KD wants out because of Ben? I thought he wanted out because of Kyrie, but apparently he still wants to play with Kyrie elsewhere. Yeah, I talked about that a little bit at some point in this stream. If you want to go back and watch that, but I'll probably clip that out actually and post that whole Kevin Durant Ben Simmons segment on YouTube separately. So no, you, thanks for the super chat, and just stay tuned for that separate clip that I'm probably going to post on the channel tomorrow. So you can get my thoughts on that. Other than that, man, thank you guys. Have a great night. Go Sixers.